Some things never change, no matter how old you get. Whether you're in 8th grade and want to ask out that cute girl from math class, or you're a recently divorced 30-something who just met a beautiful woman at the grocery store, the first call to a new girl can be a bit intimidating. Relax, just read these tips and pick up the phone. Step 1. Get her number. Whether you want to call her or text her, you'll need her phone number. Ask her for it yourself. If she gives you her phone number, you know that she's at least a little interested. Besides, it can seem pretty creepy if you get her phone number from one of her friends or by doing an internet search. If she's got a major crush on you, these indirect methods might work, but why even go there? You're smoother than that. Don't wait too long, 2 days. Decide whether to call or send a text message. In the past, text messaging a girl for a date would have been unthinkable. Now, however, it's becoming surprisingly common. That doesn't mean you should do it, though. Text messaging is a good shotgun approach to dating. If you don't really care whether you offend the girl or whether you hear from her, it may be a good choice. For example, if you got 4 other girls' numbers that night at the bar, you could just text message them all. If one texts you back or calls you, you'll know that she's interested unless, of course, she texts something like, "I won't learn how to use the phone." The older or more old-fashioned the girl, the less likely she'll be receptive to receiving a text message. Calling her shows that you're confident or at least interested enough in her to face the possibility of rejection. If it's simply a matter of confidence, work on this. It won't get any easier unless you actually start calling girls. If the girl seems very casual and receptive to texting, for example, if she sent or received a text while you were talking to her, a text message may be appropriate to ask what she's doing or if she's in the neighborhood so you can hang out. Of course, if she was texting the whole time you were talking to her, you probably also have good reason to fear rejection, so text may be the way to go. Make sure you've got the right person. Once you've dialed her number, make sure you have her on the line. In the old days, a guy might have to go through a gatekeeper, her parents, her roommate, her boyfriend, to reach a girl. Now that just about everybody has a cell phone, this isn't much of a problem, but remember that there's always a chance that the person who answers isn't the girl you want to talk to. Ask to speak to her, or simply say her name as a question to verify that you have her on the line. If you're texting her, keep in mind that you have no way of knowing who will actually see the text. Introduce yourself. Whether you're calling or sending a text, you should immediately let her know who you are and where you met her or know her from. Make some small talk. Ask how she's doing. If you can make some appropriate reference to the night you met her, i.e., did you get your term paper done, or did you ever find your earring that can break the ice? If texting, you may want to skip the small talk and get right to the invitation so that she'll actually have something important to reply to rather than having to waste her time on potentially endless texts. State your purpose. Sometimes the small talk will just naturally develop into a conversation. If this happens, just roll with it and enjoy. When there is a pause, spring your question. If you're the old-fashioned type or if she is, you might want to ask her to go to dinner and a movie this weekend. Alternately, you might just ask if she'd like to come to your party tonight, or ask if she wants to get a cup of coffee. Set up a plan. If she's interested, don't dilly-dally. Just get the basic information you need from her when to pick her up, for example, or where to meet her, or give her the information she needs, i.e., where to meet you. Don't question whether she'll show up, or press for any more information than you need, but if she has questions, or wants to continue the conversation, by all means indulge her. If she decides to pass on your invitation, be nice about it, and ask if she'd like to meet up another time. Maybe she will, and maybe she won't. Be pushy or whiny, though, and you can be sure she won't. If you want her to keep talking to you, bring up something interesting that she will like. Like if she likes Gossip Girl, look up what has been happening in it, and talk to her about that. Chances are she might be impressed by you.